Hello, everybody! Let me quickly say, yes, you absolutely can beat Pokemon Sword and Shield with only the Galar fossil Pokemon. Obviously, they're really strong Pokemon, but they are also among the most unique of the new Pokemon. So why not showcase them right before the expansion pass comes out? Be sure to subscribe if you want to see DLC content coming soon. Welcome back to another challenge video. Last time in Galar, we played through Sword only using the evolutions with a twist. And yes, today we are actually going to be playing through Sword with the monstrosities themselves, the Galarian Fossil Squad. They can be revived on Route 6 at level 10, so we'll be starting with 4 freshly mutated beasts in Dracovish, Arctovish, Dracozolt, and Arctozolt. I hunted for a shiny Arctozolt a few months back, so I decided this was the perfect place to use it. Dracovish and Dracozolt are dragon types with water and electric capabilities respectively, and Arctovish and Arctozolt are ice types with water and electric capabilities respectively. They all have really good stats, but what makes them really strong in the competitive scene, which I'm sure you've heard of by now, are the moves Vicious Rend and Bolt Beak. These moves are only learned at level 63, however, and apart from that, they have really poor level up moves. This is gonna be really easy, I'm sure, but to try to make things a little more challenging, here's the rules I'll be playing with. I'm not allowed to use any items in battle. Held items and any kind of Pokeball are fine, however. I can only use one of each fossil that we start the game with, meaning we can't get any more. And I must play on the set game mode. And hey, for a bonus rule, I'm not allowed to use TRs either. Regardless of difficulty, this should be really fun. If you want to watch something hard, I've got plenty of those on the channel already. I do hope you enjoy the run though, and if you do, don't forget to leave a quick like down below, and maybe even a nice comment like these guys. Thanks so much Andrea Love, Goku Hit, and Blue Collar Gamer for leaving comments on recent videos of mine. With that being said, let's jump into this and see just how easy Sword and Shield would be if you only used the Galarian Fossil Squad. We begin our adventure as a young girl named Lenora. Why not play through as one of the leading ladies in fossil research? And upon reaching our PC in Wedgehurst, I open it up and find our new team inside. Meet the fossils next door: Nigel, Hoagie, Kooky, and Wally. And since there is no 5th fossil, let's dress Lenora up in spirit. We're officially number 5 of this team. And if you ask me, we look like a perfect match. Nigel shows us why he's number 1 against Hop, and then we get a haircut and get into the appropriate uniform. Number 1 beats Hop once again, and I lead with number 2 against Bede. Hoagie is the only one that can learn Payback, which is great for Bede's psychic types, but number 1 and 3 learn Brutal Swing, which serves the same purpose. Making it time for our first gym challenge, versus the grass gym leader Milo. I lead with our Shining Star Hoagie, and Powder Snow hits Gossifleur. We freeze it solid, but it thaws out immediately. It takes Hoagie to half health, but goes down to 2 more hits from Powder Snow, leaving his ace, Eldegoss, as his final Pokemon. He Dynamaxes it, and I Dynamax Hoagie. It hits him with a Max Strike, and he returns the hit with a Max Hailstorm. It'll knock Hoagie out with another hit, so I go for Max Guard to stall a turn of Dynamax. And since it outspeeds, I go for a second one, and get it. This causes us to both shrink back down, and then it takes Hoagie out. And our other ice type, number 4, comes out, and finishes Eldegoss off with Icy Wind. There's the grass badge. 1 down, 7 more to go. Number 4 is clearly our strongest member at this point, and he puts in great work against Hop on the way to Hulberry. Making it time for our second gym challenge, versus the water type gym leader Nessa. I lead with Nigel against her lead Goldeen. Her Horn Attack doesn't do too much, and Thundershock takes it below half. I have Nigel charge up, raising his special defense and allowing for the next Thundershock to take it out. Her Arrokuda then comes out, and here I have Nigel Dynamax. Max Lightning easily one-shots it, and summons the electric terrain for her Ace Dreadnought. It Dynamaxes and Max strikes Nigel, taking him really low. Max Lightning does around half, and then I have him Max Guard to stall time. Dreadnought takes number 1 out, and it shrinks back down as I send Hoagie out. Thundershock doesn't do very much damage, and it quickly takes him out with Razor Shell. But Wally comes in yet again and finishes Dreadnought off with Icy Wind and Water Gun. There's the water badge. 2 down, 6 more to go. Bede's still no match for our dark type coverage, and now the team's learning rock coverage and ancient power. Great for the upcoming gym. But first, we have our first battle with Marnie. Nigel's aerial ace one-shots her lead Krogunk with a critical hit, and then 2 more take her Scraggy out as well. Her Morpeko, however, had us backed against a wall, outspeeding everybody, and at a much higher level too. It was really close, thanks to her having a super potion. But once again, number 4 saved the day. Now making it time for our 3rd gym challenge, versus the Fire-type gym leader, Kabu. We're really underleveled for this fight, and Kabu is usually a massive roadblock, so I didn't like our chances too well. I led with number 3, and it burns her with Will-O-Wisp. Luckily, we aren't using physical moves yet, and instead, Ancient Power and Water Gun. They hardly do anything to Ninetales, however, but Kooky is able to do a great amount of damage to Ninetales before going down to the burn damage. And once again, where's Wally? Coming to the rescue. Ninetales misses Will-O-Wisp, and he finishes it off with an Ancient Power. Next up's his Arcanine, and it goes straight in with the Flame Wheel, while Wally softens it up with Water Gun. I did this so I can have Wally Dynamax the following turn, and be able to take it out with a Max Geyser, giving him 2 turns of Dynamax for his ace, Scentiscorch. Even though it's raining, and Max Geyser is Stab, Scentiscorch is 4 times weak to Rock, and a Max Rockfall smashes his Gigantamax Scentiscorch, doing just over half. And Wally is faster. He survives the Max Flutterby, and even though it lowered his special attack, the Sandstorm offsets it enough for 1 final Max Rockfall to finish Scentiscorch off. There's the Fire Badge. 3 down, only 5 more to go. Hop decides a thunderstorm is a good place to stop and have a conversation, and then Bede comes and rains on his parade even more. And then over in Stowan's side, once he's feeling a little better, we do the same thing, using the entire team since he is getting a bit stronger. Making it time for our next gym challenge, versus the fighting type gym leader, B. I lead with Hoagie, knowing very well he doesn't stand a chance, but I let him get a quick pluck off on her lead Hitmontop. For the star of this show, Uno, number 1 once again. He comes in and I have him Dynamax immediately to use Aerial Ace in the form of a Max Airstream. This finishes her Hitmontop off, followed by Pangoro, and then Surfetched with the help of an Aerial Ace, only leaving her ace, her Gigantamax Machamp. Aerial Ace still does a solid amount of damage, and it smashes Nigel with a G-Max Chi Strike. And shockingly, he lived the hit? What? Getting another Aerial Ace off, going down to the next turn. And Wally's Brine wasn't enough from there either, with him going down as well. But 3rd time's the charm, right? With number 3, finishing Machamp and B off. There's the Fighting Badge. 4 down, 4 more to go. Bede continues to be no issue at all for our fossils next door. But as it tends to be, I think that will change once he drops his preference of the Psychic type, as seen with our next gym challenge, versus the Fairy type gym leader, Opal. This gym is usually the easiest, but with half of our squad weak to Fairy and being quite underleveled, it took a bit of figuring out to get right. Wally is by far my best Pokemon for this fight, because with the questions we are asked, he can be made pretty bulky with the leftovers. He still isn't able to one-shot her lead Weezing with Max Geyser, however, and can't one-shot Togekiss with a Max Hailstorm. We need to maximize our Dynamax turns to stand a chance. The best plan of attack is to lead with Ancient Power against her Weezing and get the Omni Boost, raising all of Wally's stats by 1 stage. Then his speed gets taken to +3 in total with the first question, allowing him to outspeed everything comfortably. The special attack boost from Ancient Power then allows him to comfortably finish Weezing off with Max Geyser, and then one-shot both Togekiss and Mawile, shrinking back down to normal against her ace, Gigantamax Alchemy. But at this point, Opal then asks another question, bringing his defenses to +3 in total, making him unable to be taken out by Alchemy. And it was only a matter of time from there before number 4 finishes Opal's team of 4 off. There's the Fairy Badge. 5 down, only 3 more to go. Next up is, in my opinion, one of the hardest fights in this game. Hop on the way to Sirchester. I picked up the TM for Ice and Thunderfang, which is a great upgrade to several of our fossils. Aerial Ace just fails to one-shot Trevenant, but it only uses Shadow Claw, not doing too much damage in return. His Snorlax then comes out. This is what makes this fight so hard, because it has Stockpile. So I had number 1 go for Dragon Tail, getting rid of it and resetting its boost. This brings Heatmore in, and it goes down easily to a few hits from Ancient Power. Snorlax comes back out and stockpiles again. He learned nothing! Inteleon gets dragged in, and it takes Nigel down due to him missing a Thunderfang. But Hoagie then comes in and does that job just the same. Snorlax ends up taking Hoagie out, but he did a ton of damage to it and paralyzed it with Static, with number 3 coming in third, finishing Snorlax, and then Boltund off. Time for our next gym challenge versus the Rock-type gym leader, Gordy. And as usual, Gordy is hardly any threat. Nigel leads the fight, taking Barbaracle down, followed by Shuckle, and then his Stone Churner as well. He then sends out his ace, Colossal, and Gigantamaxes it. He says size means strength, implying that size does indeed matter. And I prove him wrong, finishing him off with Kooky, who was at normal size, thank you very much. There's the Rock badge. 6 down, only 2 more to go. And now is, in my opinion, the hardest fight in this game. Hop in Sirchester. What normally makes this fight so difficult in a challenge run is the fact that it's hailing indefinitely. But half of our squad is part ice type. Even with that hail immunity, this was not clean cut. It was pretty close, with only Kooky just barely making it through. Marnie isn't much of a threat either. These fossils get some really good coverage, but all of their moves are quite weak, inaccurate, or just don't take advantage of their better attacking stat. So while most of these fights are pretty much guaranteed, they take quite a while. And that's the same with our next gym challenge, versus the Dark-type gym leader, Piers. Nigel's a great lead against fighting types with Aerial Ace, but that's the best he has, and it wasn't even enough to take Scrafty down, even though it was pretty close. But Wally, as he has been, has continued to be our best member by far, finishing Scrafty off, and then his ace Obstagoon. And with only Malamar and Skuntank left, number 3 and 2 easily had this fight wrapped up. There's the Dark badge. 7 down, only 1 more to go here in the Galar region. And that fight is immediately up next, with our 8th and final gym challenge, versus the Dragon-type gym leader, Rahan. Despite having 2 ice types, I need water power to win this fight, leading with number 2 and number 4, just like it was meant to be. These two work really well together, and need to take 2 of Rahan's Pokemon down at once to stand a chance against his Gigantamax Duraludon. I start by Dynamaxing Wally immediately, and have Kooky take Flygon out right away with an Ice Fang. And then have Wally get rid of Gigalith's Sandstream with a Max Geyser. This doesn't do a whole lot because of the Sandstorm, but sets Gigalith up for disaster next turn. Sandaconda then comes out next, and how we play this turn is huge. Sandaconda has the ability Sand Spit, meaning when I hit it, I lose the rain to another Sandstorm, and I need that rain to finish them both off. Kooky's faster, so I have her finish Gigalith off first with Brine. That way Wally gets the boost from the rain with Max Geyser to one-shot Sandaconda as well, avoiding damage from them both, only leaving his ace Duraludon left. And this thing's a monster. Our moves aren't very powerful, and it shows. Not to mention, we're pretty underleveled as well. It takes Kooky out right away, and then Wally summons the rain once again with a Max Geyser. This took a lot more tries than you would ever think. This Duraludon goes on a rampage, ripping our entire team apart. If it weren't for Hoagie coming in and paralyzing it with Thunderfang, we would have lost again. But with the speed advantage now, this fight was as good as ours. There's the Dragon badge. That is all 8 badges of the Galar region in our possession. It is time to head to the Winden Stadium. And our first opponent there in the semifinals is another battle with Marnie. And while it required the use of our entire squad, she still never stood a chance. I knew this playthrough would be really easy, of course, it's just for fun, and to showcase the new fossil Pokemon. So it would really be a downright shame if we didn't showcase what really makes these guys special. So why not make it even easier and see just how insane these guys can really get. Their move pool is horrible, but they all learn one special move. The electric fossils get Bolt Beak, and the water fossils get Vicious Rend. This move has 85 base power, and doubles if you go first. That's 170 base power with Stab. This is better on Dracovish and Dracozolt because they're faster, naturally, and the Strong Jaw ability boosts this even further. So I decided why not showcase these moves with the two you normally don't see in the spotlight. Bolt Beak and Vicious Rend shred through Hop, one-shotting all of his Pokemon, except Inteleon, because I just didn't feel like switching back to number 2. But even then, number 4 still made an absolute fool of Hop. Hop 2 is way better. We use Vicious Rend, the Pokemon disappear. We use Bolt Beak, the Pokemon disappear. Finals? Who are they? I Vicious Rend and Bolt Beak, all of them away. Well, at least it's all fun and games, until Duraludon comes to save the day. And then, it was all up to Kooky and Nigel to make him go away. I'm so sorry for that. And Chairman Rose and Eternatus are no different either, making the only battle left be with the unbeatable champion Leon. Why does he have the fossil Pokemon? And surprisingly, this was not as clean cut as you'd think. This battle is always really difficult, and with our slow fossils, he wears us down pretty quickly before we're able to beat him. It took me a good few hours actually, but I managed to work out the perfect series of events. I lead with number 3 and give her the Choice Band. She takes Aegislash down with Stomping Tantrum and immediately gets taken out by Haxorus and Outrage. Kooky was Haxorus bait, if you will. We need to get rid of it sooner rather than later. Her partner number 4 comes out, and I have him Dynamax, one-shotting Haxorus, and then Dragapult with Max Hailstorm. He's slower though, naturally, taking some pretty heavy damage in the process. His Seismitoad comes out next, and I use Max Guard rather than attack. Max Hailstorm won't finish it off, and will be damaged from the Drain Punch. But Freeze Dry will finish it off in a single shot, being 4 times super effective. His Cinderace then comes out, and it misses a Pyro Ball, while I have Wally set up an Aurora Veil in the sky with the final turn of the Hailstorm. This weakens Leon's attacks, allowing Wally to not only survive a hit from Cinderace and finish it off, but also survive a max overgrowth from his Gigantamax Charizard, blasting it with a Vicious Rend. And here is where Leon made a big mistake. He used the full restore. Idiot, you're not supposed to use items in battle. This let Wally heal up just enough with the leftovers to survive the following max rockfall and end this unbeatable champion streak for good. Aw man, I really wanted Wally to go down there. I wanted to beat number 1 with number 1. Either way, there you have it. Of course, it is insanely easy to beat Pokemon Sword and Shield with the Galarian fossils, but it was pretty fun. They're really cool Pokemon, and we have won this game. Overall, these are awesome fossil Pokemon, and I'm so glad that they were introduced. I think the concept behind them is amazing, and I think they fit in really well with the awesome lineup of fossils that we already have. Let me know which Galar fossil is your favorite down below in the comment section. I think after today, mine is definitely number 4 in Arctovish. I upload a Pokemon Challenge video just like this one every single weekend, Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and maybe even sometimes other days too, just like this one. So if you want to see more videos just like this, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for more. And of course, leaving a quick like down below before you leave and a nice comment also goes a really long way to help the video and the channel grow. And who knows, maybe I'll even feature your comment in a future Pokemon Challenge run of mine. And be sure to suggest future challenges you want to see down below as well. Want to see another Sword and Shield challenge from me? I did a really unique one, and I beat the game with the least number of battles possible. If you want to see that, there's a link to that in the playlist containing all the Pokemon challenges I've done thus far. Both of those things can be found over here. With that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this challenge, and hopefully I'll get to see you guys next time for another Pokemon challenge. Until next time, hopefully I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching!